Hi everyone, this is Tracy from We Craft at Home, and these are the cards we're going to make today. Done one in Christmas and one in nice pretty flowers. So first of all we're going to go over to the computer and I'm going to show you how to make a trellis card on Canvas Workspace. If you haven't got Canvas Workspace, then you can kind of craft along if you have the trellis card. I know you can buy it in packs because that's what I used to do, or a die, but either way you can craft along with the rest of it. Just skip the Canvas Workspace. Okay, so I'll see you over at the computer. Okay, so now we're over at the computer. I am going to show you how to put the shapes together and make the card. So let's just grab some shapes. I need a square, a rectangle, a circle, and a diamond. Let's concentrate on the diamond first. We want it quite a bit smaller, and then the first thing we're going to do is do an inward offset. Let's try 12. Perfect. And then what we have to do, if you remove overlap straight away, or you could subtract actually, but if we remove overlap, what we're doing is my easiest way of showing you, we're taking out the middle bit. So there's nothing in there now. You need to do this for when you weld. Otherwise, when you weld, it welds them two back together again, and you get just, let's see if I can explain. Okay, let me use this one first, and I will, so they look the same right now. If we have to do this one as well. Okay, so first of all, if you're wanting to attach something to a frame, then this one needs to come out as well. So if we're, for example, say that's what we want to do. So we want like a diamond dangling from the circle. I haven't removed overlap. If we was to weld that, the whole thing goes. If we undo and first of all remove overlap and take the middle out, it will then do what we want. And the same goes for that. If we try to now weld this, this is the difference. So this one we've taken the centre out, we've removed the overlap. So I will weld both of them and you'll see the difference. That is just one whole piece, and that one is as we wanted it. So now I hope I've explained that to you. Let's get rid of all that and do what we need to do. So we're going to duplicate 8 of these. So 2, 4, and that's 8. So we know we need to space them out, and if we distribute evenly and then make them all go to the top. Oh, I might have done that perfectly. Let's look a bit closer. We need them, oh see they're still, they need to be a little bit further apart, because what we need is for this point to touch this point. So let's go to the end and move that one out just a little bit. Needs to come out a little bit. Okay, and then we'll pick them all up again and distribute evenly again. And now I've gone too far. Of course I have. There we go, that's better. I thought that one had moved. So that's what we need, point to point, and then weld. And we've got that shape. And then we are going to duplicate, and we need to weld them together so that this point goes to this point. We can't align this because we've had to offset it a little bit. So what we need to do is get in a little bit closer and check that the lines are okay. What's wrong with that one there? Can you see there's a little... That's nice and straight there. We'll just check the other end. Yeah, so I'd say that is spot on. So grab both and weld again. Doesn't like the way I've lined it up for some reason. Let's just move it ever so slightly. Sometimes that works. There we go. Okay, so I can come out a little bit more now, again. And we are going to duplicate. And we're going to go back in. But this time we can get it right by aligning it down the middle. And then hopefully that'll weld. We will do it one more time. And we'll align it again, because we're not offsetting this time. There we go. So display, zoom to max size, and that is the basis of our trellis. So I'm going to put that to the side. We're going to do the square one first. And I'm going to imagine that I'm doing an 8x8 card. So, as I always say, 7 3/4, because the 8x8 is the size of the envelope. And then we want a rectangle in the middle. We want it almost the same height, but what we want is enough to keep the whole card together. And what we're going to do is centralize it both ways so we know it's centered into the card. And then, yep, we have to remove the overlap or subtract. If you subtract, that just takes it away without you having to physically remove it. And then we want this. Now, it looks like we might need to do 2 and weld them together. So, layer, duplicate, and then I am going to duplicate, so we haven't got to do it again when we go to do the next one. I'm going to show you 2 shapes. So if we were to put them together, and that one, and I'm just going to make sure, apart from aligning it, yeah, it looks okay. So pick up both, there we go, and weld. I've got to move it slightly. Let's come. Oh, try that one. There we go. So again, zoom to mat size. Looks like it needs to be just a little bit bigger. So we want to stay inside the big one, but come outside the little one. And we're just outside it there, as you can see. So then we want to weld both. And there we have a card base with a trellis in the centre. Now you can make it bigger if you like. There's plenty on there to be able to do it. So you'd have to, at this point, we'd have to get another rectangle. And we know we can go a little bit bigger. And you just get the square and the rectangle and subtract again. And it just gives you a bigger space. And then again, weld. And there we go, it's a bigger space. Actually, I like it a bit more, like that. So that's the front of the card, and then obviously you just need a square for the back and an extra little tab. Like, just like building a basic card like we always do. For the circle, I thought doing a circle card, we'll do it the same size, 7.5. Now you could just do a circle in the centre, or we could go a bit unusual and do a nice oval, about 5 inches I reckon. Or should we do a bit more? Let's see what 6 is like, maybe too much. Oh no, that would be nice, wouldn't it? So it's the same thing, centre it so you know it's in the right place and subtract, and then grab your trellis. Okay, it needs to be a little bit bigger, not by much. You just want to make sure it doesn't go over the outside of the lines. A little bit. Let's see if that's okay. We'll centre that as well. There we go. And weld. So there we've got 2 shapes that we can build a card with. You just, to put the circle together, all you're going to do is do a tiny little score across the top and stick another circle to the back. So cut a plain circle and one of these, and a plain square and one of these, and I'll see you over the craft table. Okay, so I'm over at the craft desk. I've cut both my bits out and I've stuck them together. And then I decided I wanted some flake around the outside. So all I've done is put 3mm tape. I've done that first too. And all it literally 3mm tape. Getting a bit of a mess with it, but I just wanted something small and sort of standing out. So these are Aurora flakes, the Cosmic Shimmer ones, but you can use any flakes. I must admit my go-to flakes are indigo blue, but I got bought these and they are amazing, I have to say. So just to put a border around it, I've just used the flakes. You can foil like this or glitter like this as well. So I know once you put it on it looks a mess and you think, oh my goodness. But then This is an indigo blue one. I think Cosmic Shimmer do one as well. If you just do that, it rubs the excess off. So we're left with a nice shiny border. And I only wanted a little tiny bit of glitz to it. That's all I wanted. So I'm just going to put the lid back on because, you know, breathe too hard and the flakes go everywhere. And I'll move this and deal with it after. Okay, so now we've got the card base. It's up to you if you want to do 2 little streams of borders down there. Normally I would, but because I've done this, I don't think I'm going to. I'm just going to rely on all the little flowers and flourishes that I've cut out. I've kept out all the dies I've used so you can see. So I've used a branch die. I can't remember which company they all are. I think this is Britannia. This is Pin Flare, but these are very old dies, I've got to say. That's a Marion die, and they're tattered lace. So I've just done a whole selection of, I've done a couple of different green colours as well. And then all you're going to do is just kind of weave in and out. Put your branches where you want them to be. Actually, I quite like it up there. So I can do that one like that. We'll stick them down afterwards, but at the moment we're just looking to place them as they would be in a trellis. So you want to go in and out. Okay, we'll have that one there. And then we'll have that one coming down there like that. That's it. There we go. Just changing my mind ever so slightly. So we'll have that one coming down like that. Okay, so then we're going to just stick it down little bit by little bit and keep adding. These are the main bits, so I will stick them first. Just a tiny bit of glue. Stick the main bit along there. Just make sure it all sticks down where I want it to. Don't have to stick it all, but bits and pieces so that it will stay. Going to get a bit of paper I can work under. Just don't want to stick it to the inside of the card. So just making sure I've got everything okay. So that's the branch. Going to need a smaller one as well. So the idea was to stick a lot of these little pink flowers to the tree. So we'll just basically you just put it wherever you want to put it. Okay, so let's start there. So what I would do is just put a pinch of glue there, and then use your tweezers and dab just a little bit on. And start sticking. And then you're just going to keep adding. So, you know, we've got some little leaves there. We've got all these, and you can just tuck bits in. You can cut them and just tuck them in and add them bit by bit. I will now do it at speed up so that you haven't got to watch it so slowly. But obviously it's kind of the same thing. I'm just gonna, might need a smaller one actually. Yeah, that's better. So you're just gonna get all your flowers, shape them, put all your leaves in, and let's see how we go. Okay, so there it is right now. Once the you know the flowers are dry, you can start picking them back up again, and they should go back to what you had. And then I would add some drops in. It's up to you what you want to add, but I love pearl drops, so I would definitely add pearl drops in to all of them. What I would probably do is light pink for the dark ones and dark pink for the light ones. You can add more flowers, you can make it as large or small as you like, but don't forget a sentiment in the middle of whatever you like. Okay, so that is how you would do a lattice card. And I'll just show you, I did do the circle one as well, just so that I could show you. I've done it Christmassy, so you could see you can do it for Christmas if you fancy it. So there's the circle card for Christmas. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.